Hey there, Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. I'm doing an unboxing today. So we're going to be looking at the Addie Express professional knitting machine. So stay tuned. Go get yourself a cup of tea and come right back. Hey there, Kimberly here with you know where. I am really excited. So I got myself one of these guys. And I say I got myself because it's an investment. These guys aren't cheap. You know, you got to make a commitment to these. I already own the Centro knitting machine, the white and the pink one, and I like it. I'm actually on my second one. The first one I had, I made them for hats, or I used it to make hats predominantly, and I made about 120, 130 hats. I was actually doing like a charity function, and I had knitted 100 hats to give to a homeless shelter. And after that, I think the machine was kind of tired. And so what I think started happening was some of the mechanisms, some of the teeth on the inside started like breaking. And so it was a lot harder to, right? So I was kind of like, oh, really? Is that what it's worth? That's not what it's, kind of used to. It's about 100 uses. So I needed to make some more hats. And so I just went out and I purchased it. And you can get them for like $30, $40 on Amazon. I'll include the link. I mean, it's a fine machine if you're just kind of, dipping your toes in. But everybody is going on and on about the Addie professional knitting machine. Now this is the Addie Express, so it's a little bit smaller. And because I already have the Centro, which has 48 keys, I thought, well, you know what? Let me go with the smaller Addie because it's a little bit less. This one's just a little over $100. Still, an investment. But the professional Addie, the big one, I think that's topping out like maybe $200-300. I'll include the link below if you're interested. But I read so many great reviews on this one. Bag a Day Crochet, she just did a tutorial where she compared the two of them. She swears by the Addie. So I think probably the Brit's going to hear this because he's going to be editing this video. I'm probably going to end up getting the Addie large knitting machine as well, but I think I might wait until my second Centro dies. And then I'll feel a little bit better about that. But this is just a great way if you want to dabble in knitting and you don't want to spend all the time. These machines are great to make like scarves and hats, but they also have a panel mechanism. So you basically go around in a circle, or you can switch a button and you just go back and forth and it makes a panel. So it actually ends up being a knitting machine. And I'm going to try this. The larger machine, I'm actually going to be making a sweater. You'll see that in another episode where I found a sweater online for $3,000. $3,000 for a sweater. Now, I don't know about you guys. Maybe y'all are independently wealthy and I'm the only one out here who's the working stiff in the family, but I don't think I would ever spend that kind of money on a garment. I just don't think that I would. But I'm going to give it a whirl trying to knit it. So you'll be seeing that coming up. But I'm cleaning out my stash. So this is all the why I decided to get with this one. I'm cleaning out my stash. I have a lot of yarns that have been there a really long time that I know I'm not going to be using on anything in particular. And I keep buying yarn for the projects that I've got going on. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be doing a 72-hour blitz blowout. How much can I crochet and knit in 72 hours? And that's what you guys are going to see in a week or so because I'm pulling everything together. I'm going to grab all of my yarns that I just want to make. I'm going to make hats for charities. I'm going to be making some socks, so stuff for families, stuff for charity. I'm just going to try to literally crank out crochet as well. I'm also going to try to crochet a sweater and do the knitting machines. As much as I can possibly make in 72 hours from a Friday to a Sunday, that's what I'm going to, well, actually, yeah, we'll say it's 72 hours, but it might end up being 48, like all of Friday, all of Saturday, all of Sunday. Nah, that's 72. That's 72 hours. I got to sleep and eat in there somewhere. We'll see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. Anyways, that was the thinking in the noggin, in the peanut, about why I wanted to buy this guy. And after seeing Crystal's review of on Bag a Day Crochet of her Addie machine, and she's got the big one, I was like, all right, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to hit that spin button. So anyways, this is the small guy. This is the small machine. And I was thinking that this would be really good to make for socks specifically because the other one has 48 keys. This one has 22 keys. And this is from Germany. I got it on Amazon and it literally arrived the same day that I ordered it. So this is, it says it knits quickly and easily with the original Addie knitting machine. Okay. Here are where are the features? All right, so here it is. The Addie Express Professional. With this professional all-rounder, you can make 1,000 things out of yarn, even without knitting skills. That's why these guys are cool. So I can either knit circular or straight pieces, even consistent knit, meaning the stitches, easy caps, scarves, mittens in just 20 minutes. Success in no time flat is guaranteed. Guaranteed, it says. It comes with 22 needles. So that's these guys up here. Okay, these are considered your knitting needles. So there's 22 of these little keys. They're actually the little white things that are popping up. Those are what we consider to be the needles. So as I turn the crank, they pop up. They grab the yarn and then they come back down. It also has a needle holder. It comes with a takeoff needle, 5 replacement needles. That's actually good. The Centro doesn't have replacement needles. So the needles are these guys here. So if one of them tends to, like, the tip breaks up there, then they have replacements. But the Centro doesn't come with replacements. That's a good thing to know. So I get 5 of those. It has 4 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 2 screw fasteners for table mounting and a row counter. All right, so let's see what else is in the box. This is the main mechanism here. I'll show you what else I got as an extra buy-on. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Britt. I might have to get the larger one because this already looks totally different than the Centro knitting machine. So these are the needles. These are the extra needles here. Okay. And the black one, this is your starting piece. This is where you want to start. They all are exactly the same, but that's how you know where to start your row, because what happens is you feed your yarn through this guy right up here, and then this is your stitch counter right down here. So the yarn comes through here. So as these needles click around, when you see the black, you know that's where your row should start. And then the white ones are the ones that pop up afterwards like that, see? It does feel a lot smoother than the Centro, I have to say. And it comes with these 5 feet here. The Brit probably is shaking his head right now going, oh my God. It's a good thing he loves me. But here's the deal. I can use this machine and I can make him sweaters and socks and things like that. And he loves when I make him stuff. Not. He's just now started allowing me to make him things. I'm opening up the legs. I'm going to put it together and we're going to see how it works. Although I'm not going to really make something right now because I'm going to make it in so these little legs just screw in right down here. I'm going to make it in my 72-hour blitz. Okay. Oh, that's nice, you guys. It sits up so much higher than my Centro knitting machine. That basically just kind of sits on the table. I think there was some little legs. There was actually suction cups, I recall. Suction cups that stick to the bottom. You got to give it a face when you're tightening something down. You know, you got to go like that. This sits up nice and high so that your work, I'll show you, will go down into the well. Now, for most knitting machines, the best yarns are going to be anything from like a weight of 4 and less. When you get up into the 5s, the needles have a hard time grabbing the yarn and it tends to split the yarn and then you lose stitches. So 5 is, you know, it's a little on the stretchy, on the iffy side. Like I made that hat and that cowl a couple weeks ago with my Centro knitting machine, and that yarn was a 5, and that was pushing it just a little bit. All right, so these are the legs. So it sits up really nice and high. That's very nice. It's very sturdy. And it's got these little rubber feet here on the bottom, so it's not going to like roll around and things. So that's those guys. And it comes with a nice book. The Centro doesn't come with a book. So these guys here, these are tabletop locks. So basically what you would do somewhere along the lines here is you're going to lock it down into place onto a tape. Oh, okay. I get it. I get what happens here. So basically, this guy here wraps around one of the legs, like so. And then you attach it to the... I'm getting the big ones, baby. I'm getting the big one. I like this one so much already. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. He's going to be mad at me. Oh, my God. I love this one already. Okay, so it comes with 2 of these. So basically you attach it to 2 of the legs. I would imagine it's going to be the 2 back legs. You know, so basically it's going to go like, oh, it's really in the back. I just want to get to it. I'm going to play stupid eggs. Oh. It's like Christmas, you know, when you get something, but it's got all those stupid, like, plastic things that hook into the back. It's like that kid's toy, and the kid's crying because they want to play with the toy, but you can't get those stupid things off. You know? That's how I'm feeling right now. Like, Christmas morning, I just want to tear into the toy. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, I'll get to this later. You guys see that? We'll figure this out later. But the bottom line is, so here's how this goes. It wraps around your leg like that. Yeah? Can you see that? And then it attaches itself to your table, so it's not going to go anywhere. And then this little piece here fits underneath your table, so it's like a clamp. That's cool. The other one doesn't come with this either. So besides the fact that the mechanism apparently is a lot stronger and it has a lot longer lifespan, it's got some really fun, cool features here. Okay, so this little guy over here switches you from panel knitting to circular knitting. And then you just sit here and you just like let it play. A bigger box is coming from Amazon, I'm just telling you what. All right, so this is the instruction booklet. And again, it tells you everything that you get. And it gives you some information here. I was looking up here where it shows you what the different sizes. So it comes with 22, and the company is from Germany, so it's going to give you kind of like the international, like the IKEA pictures. So it shows you it's giving you 22 needles right there. And then it also tells you the yarn ball anywhere between 4 to 8 millimeters, which is a US 6 to a size 11. And those are the knitting needles. So that's kind of giving you an idea of what size yarn to use. Then it's going to say 10 to 15 centimeters, 3 to 5 inch. I believe that's the diameter of whatever it is that you're making. And then the panels, yeah, so if you're doing a circle, it can be between 10 to 15 centimeters in circumference or 3.9 to 5.9 inches. And then if you're doing a panel, you can do panels between 15 to 20 centimeters or 5.9 to 7.9 inches. So that's how those things work right there. All right. This is luxury for your hands. And then it tells you how to put the whole thing together, which is very nice because I didn't get that one with Central either. I think the key behind it is getting the Brit interested. Now, the Brit, aka the hubby, was an engineer, and he's now retired. But, you know, once an engineer, always an engineer. So he's going to be looking at this going, how do it work? How do it work? And if I were to like let him play with this, say, here, honey, do this, I could see him saying, you should get that bigger one. I could see that happening. So that could be a thing. So basically it shows you how the machine works, how you spin it on, how you thread it onto the machine, and then how you pull it off the machine, which that's pretty standard. I learned that on my Centro knitting machine. Then it says you buntstricken. Buntstricken. That means, that's German for multicolored knitting. Buntstricken. All right. Then it talks about tips and tricks and troubleshooting and so on and so forth. This is a pretty nice little book. This is very handy. Plus, it gives you a really nice QR code back here on the back, so you can scan it with your phone, and I believe it ties you into like different videos, tutorials, and things like that. Okay, so I got my needles, and in here is the darning needle, which helps you to pull the stitches off of your machine. Now this was an Amazon buy-on. Like, it's like, oh, people who bought this bought this. So people who bought this bought these guys. And these are cool. I just got one for my Centro machine, because if you want to make things even easier. So I got this one for my Centro knitting machine. Any guess what it is? This is when the engineer is really gonna, get his shorts all up in a wad. What you do with, it's a total reading show. So what you do with this, I have to figure out quite exactly, but you take this piece off here somehow. You might take this whole mechanism off and you attach it to here, right? So it goes on there instead. This guy attaches right inside here, like that. So those little buttons, it pops in there. Any guesses what this attaches to? I use a little power drill. Probably not with the panels, but with the circular. Oh yeah, baby. This is gonna happen. I'm excited. I am excited. So you're going to see this puppy in work. I really hope 15 centimeters. I have to figure out if that's like the dimensions on a sock. I hope so, because that's really what I was thinking of making. But you can also use this to make like little garments for kidlets, babies, smaller things. Because on the bigger machines, there's no gauging up or down. It's either 48 keys or 46 keys, depending on the size of the machine that you get. What you get is what you get. So 46 makes a hat, right? Or the panels are a little bit bigger, so you can make garments, sweaters, that kind of thing. That's what I'm going to make the sweater that I told you about. So this one here for circular knitting or for panels, it's going to be smaller. So I'm hoping that I can use that to make socks. But as far as panels, like you could theoretically, I'm making this cardigan for the Harry Styles cardigan. I mean, that's kind of easy and simple, but you could make patches that you would knit, and you could knit something together that way. Or you could make just really thin, 5.9 inches to 7.9 inch panels, and then you would just be able to stitch them all together. So you can make garments on these things. You can make clothing. You can make dog sweaters, kidlet sweaters, whatever you're going to want to get. But already, you guys, I'm feeling like this is a lot better. I get it. I mean, these things get like 24,000 reviews on Amazon, and the other one is like, it's sort of like your gateway. You know what I mean? Like your gateway into all the more expensive stuff. I think it's going to be a very short gate. It's probably more just like a stoop. You just kind of go through the gate and you go, whoop, there you are. This is my review on the Addie Express Professional. This is the smaller. This is the 22 needle set. The larger one I think is 46. I think it's either 46 or 48 keys. I believe it's 46. I believe the center has 48 keys. Anyways, but this guy was a little pricey. It was a little over $100. So I'm hoping it's worth the money. I'm already feeling like it is. It moves a lot smoother. It's really nice and easy and smooth. All right, so stay tuned, because the next video I'm going to show you is where I do my absolute 72-hour blitz, and this machine's going to get a lot of wear and tear on it. Thanks so much for those of you who have just recently subscribed, and for those of you that subscribed like way back when. But if you haven't subscribed already, you know what? Go ahead and do it. Just do it. Just #do it. Hit that like and subscribe button, so then you won't miss out on any of the videos, any of the podcasts, tutorials, reviews, anything like that I'm doing, because I got stuff coming, so much stuff, more yarn, crochet hooks, all kinds of stuff coming. And the only way you're going to know about it is if you keep stumbling across me, or just hit the notification bell, and then I will very politely go, psst, here's another one. That's it. All right. Thanks so much for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. And as always, I'll see you soon.